Fire Emblem Three Houses is finally upon us, and we have already spent the opening hours of the game testing it out and seeing what we think. And today we are here to give you our early impressions and talk about Handheld, because that is how I am going to be playing the majority of the game. I know you guys are really excited for Fire Emblem Three Houses. You guys have let us know in the comments that this is one of the games that you guys have been looking forward to the most this year, so let's go ahead and start discussing. Now, right off the bat, I do want to let you know I am by no means a Fire Emblem expert. I haven't played the series in quite some time, if I'm honest, especially not on console. This is the first time in a while that we see the series on a console, and I'm personally using this as an entry point back into the series. So let's keep that in mind. At first, I was definitely overwhelmed by what was going on. The game threw a lot at me at once, a lot of characters, a lot of exposition. There is so much to learn, and so many of these names are not very familiar to me because they are weird names, and that's okay. The more I play it, the more I'm familiarizing myself with all of the characters and all the mechanics, and I know Fire Emblem has kind of always been like this. It's a really hardcore franchise, and I know people love it for that, and I'm probably gonna love it for that at some point. But I do have to say, at the beginning I was like slightly overwhelmed just because there is a lot going on. But with that said, I'm really looking forward to continuing the adventure. I'm already starting to get a little bit of a soft spot for some of the characters, and I don't want anything bad to happen to them. Of course, I'm not talking about the main characters here, but the side people that are in your team, that are part of your house. I don't want anything to happen to them. I know that permadeath is a thing in this game if you play on classic mode, which I am playing. I feel like that's the only way to play it, because that's just like one of the things that makes Fire Emblem Fire Emblem. The fact that if you lose any of your friends or whatever, you're gonna lose them permanently, and that's something that I'm really trying to adhere by. I don't want to mess this up. There's a cool rewind mechanic that if you really mess things up during battle, you can go back and kind of, you know, adjust accordingly. But that's something that is like very nerve-wracking to me. I'm having a hard time with that. I don't want to lose any of my friends. I'm having a fun time with the combat. It's really cool. There is a lot of depth as far as what specs your characters are gonna have. You can min-max. There's a lot. I've been reading about it actually just because, again, overwhelming. So I was reading a little bit about Fire Emblem, and there are certain things I want to try, and I'm looking forward to experimenting as best I can. Right now, my boy Claude is one of my favorites. I definitely have taken a liking to Mercedes as well. I give her a gift anytime I can. It was her birthday. We got her some flowers. I'm going to take every single opportunity I can to be as nice to her as I possibly can because she's kind of cool. So far, my journey back into the world of Fire Emblem is a little bit of a mixed bag. Not because it's not fun, because it most definitely is, but I am finding myself a little bit overwhelmed, and I'm feeling like that's gonna sort itself out the more I play. The more I play, the more familiar with the characters I get, so I don't have to worry about not knowing their names. I'll be more familiar with all the battle tactics and things of that nature, so I'm not really worried. It's just that for now, there is so much going on that I can't wait to be like a dozen hours into the game so I don't have to worry about any of this, because the core game here does seem like it's really cool. It's an intriguing story with interesting characters, and I very much look forward to my continued adventure. And now let's talk about handheld mode a little bit, because this is how I've decided that I want to experience Fire Emblem. It's always been traditionally handheld, and I'm going to carry on that tradition, although I will still play docked from time to time. One of the issues I have though, and you're not going to see it here because this is just like battle, but when you're at the monastery, some of the dialogue is like super small. I find myself squinting in order to see it, and I wear glasses, so my vision isn't perfect, but the text is just a little too small for my liking. Besides that, everything else seems pretty good. It is a strategy RPG, so it doesn't need to have 60 FPS or anything like that. The frame rate is totally fine. Performance, it's totally fine. I think the game looks really good, even in handheld mode. You're seeing here, it's a very pretty game for what it is, and I'm enjoying it. I would say that I've spent about 75% of my time playing handheld, and I don't regret it. I don't necessarily miss playing docked. Of course, when I want to sit back, I absolutely will, and you know, I feel like a lot of people will, but I think that they maybe focused on making the handheld experience here pretty good, except for the fact that the text is a little bit small. I even went into the menu to see if there was any option to change the text size or anything like that. I didn't see any. If you see any, make sure to let me know in the comments below, because I'm actually genuinely wanting to do that. I wish it gave us that option, but aside from that, everything is like really awesome about the game. If you are into Fire Emblem, I don't think that you'll be disappointed. Review scores hit, and they have been overwhelmingly positive. I'm going to let you just watch a little bit more handheld gameplay here, because I know that some of you might be interested in it, but I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to go and play more Fire Emblem Three Houses. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button because it helps us out a ton. Speaking of helping us out, don't forget to subscribe, maybe even hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content, and we will catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. SwitchForce out.
As expected. I'm not setting a very good example. Chance to prevail. I will get stronger.
Seems I prevailed. I can't relax here. We need...